G'day, everybody. It's a monthly wrap. I'm Tane Bartholomew. We're joined with Marcus Washington today. How are you today, buddy?
Absolutely fantastic. It's good to be in February 2021. No signs of COVID. Oh, wait, maybe there is. But good to be back. And what a month January 2021 was. It was a cracker. Probably our best January, I think, in ever, considering January is typically a quiet month. It was actually a crazy month.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we should just call it the C word now. Let's just remove that from our vocabulary. The COVID word. It's now the C word. But yeah, look, obviously, what a big start to the year. Super proud of the team in everything that we achieved for the month. Realistically, with conveyances closed for the first 14 days of January for our team to get 34 sales done for the month, I think is a huge achievement. So just well done to our sales team and admin team. It was a big month, and to squeeze it all in, I'm super proud of everybody involved.
Sure thing, mate. Everyone's done a great job, from the rental department, the admin department, the sales. Everyone's come together, and we're all excited. I think. I mean, COVID sort of did that. Everyone got locked away and wasn't working as much as we normally do, and we've come out firing. And we can't really see it slowing down just yet. And got to ride the wave while it's there, while people want properties. So.
Yeah. I'd say, look, it's definitely a hot market. But look, let's quickly run through the numbers that we had for the January. What a January it was. As I said, 34 sales, over $18 million worth of property sold. Average sale price at $555,000. And over 770 new buyers we met through either open for inspections, email inquiry, or phone inquiry. So that's new buyers, not past ones. That's new people added to our database. So we've got a strong database of buyers there that are looking to buy in the area, mate.
That is incredible, isn't it? That's a lot of buyers, a lot of people. I know for a fact my phone's never run this hot before. We're just talking about it. We were in a conference yesterday. You had 48 voicemails. I think I comfortably had 25, 28 voicemails. And our phones are running red hot, and that's why we work so hard.
Yeah, definitely. And look, only 40 of those was the wife trying to find out where I was, so it wasn't too bad.
You didn't say that.
Yeah. But look, what a big month. And one of the great things that I sort of think about those numbers as well, Pakenham is and Officer is still such an affordable area. At $555,000, that still gets the first home buyer granted to that full access to the reduction of stamp duty. It's so accessible for people to purchase within the area, and that is why more properties sold in 2020 in Pakenham than any other suburb within Victoria are number 2 in Australia. So that's why it's such a great place to be buying, to be selling, and that's why there's so much interest in the area. As soon as that was released into the media, our phones took off again. So it's quite exciting for our area. Pakenham East to come as well, mate. It's just going to keep booming, I think.
Yeah, and look, I mean, they're adding that extra lane to the freeway as well. It's just another thing to say, come to Pakenham, come to Officer, come to Pakenham East and further on. Unfortunately, Clyde Road's getting a really bad name from what I'm hearing from people coming from that area, going, they don't want to go down that road. It's too many traffic lights, and the next best thing is just stay on the freeway, and an extra 10 minutes down the road, and you're in Pakenham, and it's an easy drive. So and you got the train line too. So there's massive benefits for the area. Gunby World's another one. The new racetrack that they're putting there off McGregor Road, that's another one. The industrial area, or the commercial area we've got there with Car Megamart, that's massive. Like that wasn't there 5-6 years ago, and that's been massive for people living and working locally. That's a game changer. So we need more of that in the area, and we'll see prices go up if there's more jobs created within Pakenham itself. So, but there's plenty of land for more jobs, I think. The government hopefully can sort that out. And again, with Zoom and whatnot, as we're seeing in the past now, Zoom, well, why do you have to go to the city anymore? So many people doing that.
A lot more people working from home. So many clients I'm chatting with now, they're working 2 or 3 days a week from home. And it's absolutely changed the game for us, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's just absolutely amazing that we can see this transformation of the workplace, and I think it's super exciting for people to have a work-life balance. And why spend 3 hours in the car driving to the city there and back, and gain that extra time with family and friends, I think is so important. So we've got a bit of a question there. There we go, Marcus. I'll let you answer this one. Should people get interested in Pakenham East, buy now and wait for the new development, or hold?
Look, I think Pakenham East, it's still a long time away, Rod. I mean, they will start turning land and start bringing all the amenities and all the services there, I should say, to the area. So I think it's still a while away, and it's just going to depend on the market, I think. Going to be interesting to see what size blocks they are. I know a lot of people are pushing for bigger blocks, but knowing what's happened in the past with other areas, I think it's probably going to be on the smaller side. So yeah, I think look, I think end of the day, it's another opportunity. If people want to get a new house, well, and it's going to come down to the cost as well. I think it's going to be interesting to see what prices they put on them as well. We know Kaduna Park's a great estate, but the prices are on the higher side as well. But it just comes down to what they're going to create, I think.
Yeah, and I think, look, Facey does know how to do a good estate, and Heritage Springs, Timbertop, Kaduna as well. So, and I remember every single time they've opened up a release, the first prices come out, and we all go, "Who's going to pay that much money for the land there?" And then 5 years down the track, 7 years down the track, you're sort of looking at it going, "Wow, we probably should have bought a few of those blocks." So, I'm probably on the side of if you've got some money aside and you're looking to get into investment property or look to make that change, I think I'd be getting your ducks in a row and getting ready to make that purchase, because I think that, as I said, they do make a fantastic estate. There's going to be a new train station there as well. There'll be new schools, shopping. It's pretty exciting for the area to have this 7,500 homes to come in. I think it's absolutely amazing. So,
and I think as well, Tainer, I think the whole thing of easy living and having the freeway there, the train line, more secondary schools, I think is probably the big one that's needed, as well as the primary schools. And that's what they're saying is coming in Pakenham East. And I think ultimately, we've got the area that's got all the transport that people want to get to places. Unfortunately, Clyde Road doesn't have that yet. So I think that's always going to be one thing we're going to have. And, we've got things like, as I said, the Gunby World, the new racetrack. And I think the one thing as well, Kooyurup Road needs to be duplicated as well. Not just to go with Kooyurup and, just so much development going out that way as well. And, what happened in the last couple of weeks along that road too, they really need to fix that. So I think the development's coming out that way, and it's just really the government needs to jump on top of those things too. But yeah, I think the area's just got so much potential.
Yeah, definitely, mate. And another question that we often get, mate, and we're getting right now: will the market slow down after March? I mean, obviously we don't have a crystal ball, but what's your feeling on what's going to happen? Once JobKeeper, JobSeeker, and all the government grants sort of end up, mate.
Look, I think that the market at the moment we're finding there's too much. There's a lot of heat, so it's hard to see it slowing down. Especially with JobKeeper finishing, I think a lot of the businesses have pushed through, and hopefully they've made enough in that time to keep the people's jobs. So I just can't see it at this stage changing. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. So yeah, I think crystal ball kind of thing, hard to predict.
It is definitely hard to predict, but I think with interest rates as low as they are, it is still a great time to be buying property. I think it marginally might slow down a little bit, but like right now, it's out of control. Like as soon as the listing comes on, our phone is ringing flat out. There's people wanting to put in offers before seeing the homes. There's so much competition with property right now, so maybe there might be a marginal slide of that, but we don't know. And that's, I suppose, the exciting part of this year is it's in the lap of the real estate gods in what's going to happen. So yeah, that's definitely one of the questions we get. Another one I often always get made is should we refinance now?
Yeah, look, I think obviously the prices are up. So if you refinance, you're going to get some equity out of your property, whatever you might use it for, or you change your interest rate. I think it's definitely a good option to look at, because we've never seen like these prices before. They're record prices. The median price in Melbourne, Victoria, is the best it's ever been. So chances are you've got a bit of equity in your property. That can give you an option to do something.
Yeah, and I think, look, right now, jump in, speak to a broker, speak to your bank, do the research yourself, whichever way you're going to go about it. But if you're unsure on how to do any of that sort of stuff, get in touch with any of our team where we can help guide you. But I think that realistically, on your principal place of residence, you should be paying in around that 2 sort of mark. 2% should be thereabouts what it is. We're hearing some clients are getting 1.89, others are at 2.2, 2.4. Depends on your lender and your situation of how much you've borrowed. But I definitely recommend that people do that, because now is the time to smash that mortgage down while the interest rates are low, whether you fix it in for 3 or 4 years or whether you go on a variable rate. I think that, have a chat to, the bank, a broker, one of those people to really help guide you through that process. I'm doing the same myself. And the money that you save is absolutely phenomenal. And the years you can take off your mortgage is insane, and helps you get moving closer to paying off your principal place of residence. So I definitely think that, people should really, really be focusing on that at the moment. And then, look, you might be surprised in the equity you have. You might think, hey, well, with this equity you have in it, let's go out and buy an investment property, because there's a massive shortage of rentals in our marketplace at the moment. Our girls are getting 50 plus applications on most rental properties, especially 4 bedrooms. So if you're looking to buy an investment property, get a 4 bedroom rather than a 3, because it's, there's an oversupply of 3, but there's not enough of 4. So definitely look at all of those options. This question, I always get this one, mate. Spring, is it the best time to sell?
Look, weather-wise, it's great, but we and so is some of those. So I think end of the day, when it comes to time to sell, it's around the market. I personally don't think it's to do with the weather. It's to do with the market and what's actually going on. Go back 2 years ago, spring was the market was really down and prices were down. There was no buyers, and it was a complete opposite of what we're seeing now. So at that springtime, it wasn't that great. So yeah. I think it goes back to, what are we trying to achieve? Are we trying to achieve the best price? Yes. Time frame, are we trying to do it in a relatively good time frame that you're not stressed out about doing opens and privates and having the house looking amazing? Yep, definitely. When the market's up, days on the market's lower, and the atmosphere is a lot higher. So I think I think it goes down to the market, and obviously right now the market's the best we've ever seen it. So it goes back to the time is now.
Yeah. I think always look at your market conditions, not the weather conditions. That's one thing that I've always said in my time in real estate. It's a good one, but it makes perfect sense. You look at days on market. Days on market are less than 21 days at the moment within the area. I think the industry average is about 30 thereabouts. Ours are about sort of 21 to 17, depends on price point. So it is a great time to be putting your home on the market. There's no doubt about that. But look, some people think that their gardens will look better in spring and things like that. Yeah, I definitely understand that. I know a lot of acreage properties that the gardens look better in spring, but realistically, the way the market is now, I think if you are looking to sell, then I'd be jumping on sooner rather than later. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I got this one yesterday, actually. Have the prices gone up in the last quarter? And interestingly enough, I spoke to a valuer today who said that they're seeing an average of 8 to 10% in value change in the Pakenham officer area, which is massive.
Crazy.
3 months.
They said it was going to go down by 40%. What's going on there?
Yeah, that's it. Look, that's insane. I mean, to put that into relative terms, let's say you purchased a property late last year for $500,000. It's now probably worth $550,000, just to break it down to that. So absolutely insane. It's that competition. It's the limited stock that's on the market at the moment. So yeah, it's amazing that it's gone up as quick as it has.
Yeah, it's incredible. But that's the thing. It just goes back to timing. If the timing's right for you in your life, give it a go. Consider having a move. Well, now's the time to do it. We know. We see it when the market's down. It is tough. It's tough going. And right now you've got opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. And another question as well. Should we keep the home, or should we sell it, or keep it as an investment property?
Yeah, look, obviously always consult with your financial advisor when you need to decide things like that. But from our point of view, look, I'm a massive one about investment properties. I think they're fantastic. But the big one is you've got to make sure that you've got the money coming in to support it. You've got to have the cash flow, okay? Investment properties, look, to me, they cost between $7,000 to $10,000 a year, with rates, water rates, your insurances, if you have to cover the rent if it's negatively geared. So you've got to really think about that as potentially wanting to, that could be a holiday once a year, or 2 holidays a year potentially that you might miss out on if you don't have the income coming in. So Again, I've had some clients before where they've rented it out for a year and moved somewhere else, and then a year later, once the lease was finished, they sold it because they just worked out it wasn't going to be beneficial for them. Their lifestyle was hindered. So it just goes back to you've got to talk to someone about it. I think an accountant or a financial advisor to make sure it's going to be viable for you. The big one we find when it comes to if you've got your current home and you want to rent it out now, if your home is presented now the best, you're going to get the best price. Now, if you put a tenant in there, unfortunately, they're probably not going to present it how you would present it. And it does make it hard to present it well, So the best thing you can do if, make sure those figures are going to work and then decide to put the house, either sell it or just rent it. But the main one is I find if I'm going to sell my home, I want to make it looking the best presentation and I know I'm going to get the best price. Unfortunately, if you have a tenant in there, it could be the opposite where the price might go down based on, again, we don't know. Presentation is number one. So the tenant, unfortunately, they're probably not going to present it the way we want. So.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, mate. So, and there are a few changes coming to rental legislation and everything like that. So, they're doing a bit of a rollout, but one of the things that will be affecting, I suppose, for us when we're selling properties is the tenant is actually paid $30 per inspection by the landlord. So that's going to be a big shift in if you have an investment property, when you put the property on the market. There's a lot of things that are going to be changing in that. So if you have any questions about that, please get in contact with us. It's like a 300-page document with all these legislation changes. So we're still going through it ourselves, and the rollout will be later this year. It was meant to be last year, but obviously it changed during COVID and everything that happened in 2020. So, and obviously still happening now. So, but yeah, mate. Look, obviously that answers a few questions. Obviously, there's it's been a big year, big month so far, which is fantastic. Great to see so many sales on the board. I know February is off to a flyer. We're 10 days in. I think we've got 12 sales on the board. So if we're selling more than one property a day, we're going pretty well. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's good fun. It's great helping people, and got the best job in the world.
Yeah.
Working at 5 o'clock at night.
That's it, mate. Well, we were going to run through a couple of exciting listings and things like that, but we might jump onto that in the Saturday wrap. We don't want to hold people up too long on their Wednesday evening. But look, thanks so much for joining us, Marcus. I want to say big congratulations to you. Last night we had the Harcourt State Awards. The first one we've had where we could do it live for a long time. We're at Marvel Stadium. We had a great session with Brendan Gale, the president of the Richmond Football Club. It was absolutely amazing to hear his story and how they went from, down the bottom, nearly broke, to get to the powerhouse football club that they are right now. Amazing to hear that, but more importantly as well, Marcus, you got number 5 in the state, mate. Big congratulations to you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Tano. It's been a journey, and that was all during COVID. What I did during COVID, so it was I didn't stop during COVID, and haven't stopped since. So, COVID was a great time to catch up with a lot of clients, and it was I loved it. But it's good to be back.
One of the things I was most proud of is every single one of our sales consultants got up there, received an award from gold, silver, and bronze. Our office finished at number 3 in the state. Out of 83 officers. I'm just super proud of our team. As I said, from our rentals, admin, sales team, everybody just works so hard, be it working from home or working in the office. We're so lucky to have the team that we do, and I appreciate every single one of them. It's a special team, and can't wait to see what 2021 brings, mate.
That's it. Good fun ahead, and it's going to be a good journey. So I can't wait to do it together. It's going to be good.
No, awesome. Well, everyone have a fantastic Wednesday night, and we'll see you on Saturday for the Saturday wrap.
See you guys.